Good day everyone, especially to you ma'am, good day. So, by the way, this is Christian Henry Quezon, best ed to Black One. So, in this day, I will going to tackle about the Iphis at the Ianthe story. But before that, uh, let me first discuss or introduce the character of the story. The character of the story, Iphis, the son of Ligdus and Tilatusa. Ianthe was a Cretan girl who was betrothed to Iphis. Isis was a goddess of magic and also known as a savior. Ligdos, this is the father of Iphis, and Teletusa, the mother of Iphis. Let's proceed to the story. Iphis and Ianthe were two young women who fell deeply in love with each other. However, there was a problem. Iphis was born female but raised as a boy by her mother. Her mother had been told by a prophetess that her daughter would never live to adulthood if she were born female, so she disguised the infant as a boy and raised her that way. So this story, uh, before we proceed, in the beginning, there is a farmer. There is a farmer named Ligdus who really wants a son badly. He and his wife, Teletosa, were expecting a child. Before Teletosa gives a birth, Ligdos tells her the child must be a boy. If the child was a girl, I would put her to death. Then, Teletosa was sobbing when Ligdos gave this command. Ligdos wanted a son and only a son. That's why Ligdos say that if the child was a girl, I would put her to death because she want a son, not a girl. Okay. Telitusa was so sad. Telitusa dreamed. She dreamed of Isis. Before we, uh, Isis uh, was a goddess of magic. Then Isis told her. Uh, Isis helped Telitusa and said, "Forget your heavy cares and do not obey your husband and keep the child either way and raise the girl in secret if it was a girl." So that's why Telitusa disguised the infant as a boy and raised her that way. Then, the time has come. Telitusa gave birth. The child, of course, was a girl. She kept the baby and raised her as a boy. Then, Iphis and Ianthe's love was not without its obstacles. They lived in a time and place where sex-same relationships were not accepted, and Iphis was worried that she would not be able to keep up the charade forever. Ianthe, on the other hand, did not care about society's expectations. She loved Iphis for who she was. As the day of the wedding approached, Iphis became more and more anxious. She knew that she could not keep up the deceptions forever, and she did not want to lose Ianthe's love. However, she could not bring herself to reveal the truth to her beloved. So, in this day, So in this day, Iphis is happy, but she is afraid of the revelations of the wedding night. Her mother also Teletosa afraid when the two girls were wedding. So she keep putting up the ceremony with a whole series of excuses. Then the wedding could be delayed. Teletusa take Iphis to the temple of Isis. She crying and praying to Isis for help. Then that's why. So that's why Iphis that's why suddenly the altar of the goddess begins to shake, and then Iphis is transformed into a boy. On the day of wedding, as they stood before the altar, a miracle occurred. The goddess Isis took pity on the young lovers and transformed Iphis into a man. Suddenly, the deception was no longer necessary, and Iphis and Ianthe were free to be together as they had always dreamed. The two women lived happily ever after, free to love each other openly and without fear. Their story has been celebrated as a symbol of love, overcoming societal expectations and the power of gods to intervene the behalf of true love. Then, the next day, Apis and Ianthe wedding has come and live happily ever after. That's all, ma'am. Thank you so much and have a good day.